Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Abhishek Trivedi and I'm going to show you today how to generate a lot of leads for your business. Okay, leads are a very important source for your business. It's very important for you to generate qualified leads which can be your potential consumers in the coming time. So today what we are going to do is we are going to talk about how you can generate ample amount of leads for your business using Facebook. Okay, so leads could be generated in a lot of forms, but when you talk about qualified leads are those people who have interacted with your advertisement, who have seen your post, who have been knowing that what your brand is all about, and when they click on your lead form and when they give you the information about them, that's going to be very useful because those are the people who have been interacting with your brand, who have seen your advertisement, and now they have filled up your lead form, and then you are contacting them back. So that's what we call as a pre-qualified lead. Okay, now there is big notion in a pre-qualified lead. Okay, so people, especially when we talk about our clients, clients generally have this notion that when I get a lead from the Facebook, that means that those people are going to be interested in my product or going to be interested in my services. Let me tell you, that's not possible, because when you talk about your advertisement is going to be live on various platforms. Your advertisement is going to be live on Facebook. Your advertisement is going to go in the Instagram stories. It's going to go in the Facebook news feed. It's going to go in different sites and applications where Facebook have got the partnership with. And that's the reason people would have filled up an application form. Sometimes looking at your advertisement, sometimes they might not have seen your advertisement. Sometimes people might have seen your ad, but then they don't recall. So when you give them a call, there could be a high chance that people might not recall your brand, and you do not need to worry about it. So the best thing to do is generate a pre-qualified lead over the Facebook, by running a Facebook ad, and then what you can do is you can introduce yourself softly. So you could, rather than just sending them a hard voice call, you could first of all send them an email, a soft email, by saying that, hello, I believe you have interacted with our advertisement. I believe that you have seen our advertisement and we have been trying to contact you. So if you could give us your preferred time, we can call you back. And then if I give them a call and just introduce myself from the company, I'm sure it's going to make a big difference. So the first thing first, what I'm going to show you today is how to run an ad. Okay, how to run a lead-based advertisement using the Facebook Ads Manager. Once we have run the ad, then what we are going to do is we are going to see the leads which comes in the Facebook publishing tools. And then what we are going to do is we are going to give them an email. We are going to send them an email. And once we send them an email, we would be also, giving them a call. So I'm going to show you the whole process today. Okay, right from running the advertisement to giving a call to the prospective consumer. I'm going to show you the whole set of process. Okay, so let's quickly dive into our lead form and the advertisement which we are going to run through. So let's first of all start from here. So as you see, first thing first you got to do is select the objective of the campaign. And as you see, the campaign which we're going to run right now is a lead generation campaign, and that's the reason we have selected out here lead generation. We click continue. Okay, now this is the ad set page, and as we have seen in our last video as well, the first thing first what we got to do is we got to give the name. So we are giving the name out here as lead_campaign_res, which is our client, which we are going to do an advertisement for today. Okay, now what we do is we select the region out here. So as you see, I want the ad to be shown in the vicinity of Ahmedabad, and what I've done out here is I have done a special thing. Okay, I have shown the what I have done is I have increased the radius right from 25 miles to 40 miles, because it could be possible that the consumer who's sitting in, say, some remote location, probably say he could be an industrialist and he's sitting in the outskirts of the city and he might not be at his home to see the ad. So I have just increased the radius out here. Okay, after that, as you see, what I've done is I have selected the age as 18 to 65. I've kept the same default age group, like what is shown on the CRM. Okay, then what I'm doing is I'm selecting the interest out here. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm selecting the interest as business and industry. Okay, so after I select business and industry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the manual placement out here. As you see, in the placement section, as you see, manual placement is an important point as we get a selection where we want our ad to be displayed. If we want the ad to be displayed in Instagram news feed, we want the ad to be displayed in the Facebook news feed. Do we want to select marketplace or not? So we could see that selection out here, and that's what I've done. Okay, I've also kept all the mobile devices, and I'm not selecting the Wi-Fi option once again. All right, the next thing, which is a very important point, and that is selecting the budget. As you see, because Facebook is going to change the reach and the estimation as soon as I put my budget out here. And budget, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a daily budget. Okay, so I've done once again a little bit of calculation, and what I've got to know that my CPL, my cost per lead, would be least if I keep my daily budget as budgeting option. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a start date and an end date. So the start date, what I'm going to select is the 11th of September, which is today, and it's going to end by 14th because I have a limited budget to spend and I don't want to overspend on my budget as well. So I'm going to run the ad for 3 days specifically. And do not forget the tax amount, because every advertisement is going to consume 18% GST. So that's the reason. Do not forget to think about the GST as part of your budget. Okay, so I guess I forgot to keep the feeds on, and that's the reason my leads are not coming up. So I've just clicked my the feeds on, and now it shows. Okay, all right, so my daily budget is going to be 1500 rupees, and my ad is going to be on for 3 days. All right, I'm just going to take a quick screenshot, and I move on. So all right, so we have come to the next page. That is a very, very important part, as we're going to select the ad creative out here. And as you see that we have our ad post already ready. So I just click on the image number 1, image number 2, and image number 3, and I just see that my images are in the carousel format, because that's what we have decided today. That's what the strategy is in order to promote this ad. We are going to keep a carousel. So as you see here, it's very important to keep a very, very catchy headline so that people could see the headline and could interact with your advertisement. So here, as you see, we are selecting the headline, we are selecting the description out here. Okay, and as you see, the headline, the description, what I'm going to keep out here says commercial real estate agents. Okay, so in the image number 2, I'm keeping a separate headline saying leave your details here and we will get back with a fantastic offer. Yeah, so this is going to act like a CTA. This is going to act like a call to action for your advertisement. So as you see on the first ad out here, I have mentioned the separate headline. And okay, so once we are done with the headline and the description, we just check the third image, and in the third image as well, we should keep a catchy headline which could act as a CTA, so that people could call from here, people could leave their details out here, and that's what our basic idea is, right? So here we say call us today or leave your details behind and we will get back to you. All right, so that's what we have mentioned in our headline. Okay, so here as you see the description, and description once again, we have to keep a little bit of branding options, so that we also do branding along with our leads. Okay, then we also see the placement, and we just have a look at how the placement is going to look like. This is more or less like a review. This is more or less like how your ad is going to look like. You review them before you publish, and that's what we are doing right now. Okay, and then it's very important point that you put your primary text. So I have got my primary text already ready, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly copy and paste my primary text out here. And once my primary text is been placed, we'll once again review the ad before time runs out. And then I've done a little bit of branding saying Shades Corporate Tower. Set up the lead form, okay? And lead form is the most important part of this advertisement, as you see, because if your lead form is not correct, we might not get the right set of leads. The first thing first is you have to select your lead form name, and here, as you see, in order to identify your lead form, I have kept the form name as Shade Corporate Tower. That's what the lead form is. And then what I've done is I'm setting up my headline text the way it's going to look in the lead form, okay? And here I have kept the same image as the ad, because it just doesn't make sense creating new set of images for the lead form. So I've just kept the same image as in your ad. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the headline the way it's going to look in my lead form. So I have set up out here saying that commercial space available in the heart of the city. Okay, so I'm saying the headline as commercial space available at Ellis Bridge, Ahmedabad. Okay, all right. So just I'm setting my headline as best commercial spaces available at Ellis Bridge, Ahmedabad. That's what my headline looks like. All right, now let's just move on. And then we also have to set out the details in the lead form, because when the user is going to come down and is going to click on your lead form, you have to give out a little bit of information on your ad post. And that's the reason what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a little bit of information in the paragraph out here in the description section of the lead form. And I'm just going to mention most of the similar text what I have used in the primary text, but I'm going to change a little bit of the information out here, as so much of information is not needed. Okay, so I'm going to take some information off. All right, so that's how it looks. Okay, so as you see, I have set all the text in the paragraph section the way it should look like, and this is the way the ad is looking. So I've set all the information needed for my ad copy. Okay, and then I go down to the point number 2. So the point number 2 is the form type. And form type, you can select the questions what you want to set up in your ad form, in your lead form. And that's where what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up out here 3 major questions. What I need is the full name, the email ID, and the phone number. That's what we need for this lead form, and that's what I'm going to do. The address and the city and everything else is not needed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep the full name, I'm going to keep the phone number, and I'm going to keep the email ID. But I'm going to just set in a categorical order. So the order has to be full name, then a phone number, and then an email ID. So that's what I've set out here. I'm just seeing a few other information in case if anything else is needed, but doesn't looks like anything else is needed. Job title, I don't think so. It's really needed out here. So yeah, I don't really think that job title is needed out here. All right, so also you have to see the privacy policy, and here what you have to do is you have to set up privacy policy. Ideally, you have to set up a privacy policy on your website as well, but in case if you do not have a specific set of text which you have set as your privacy policy on your website, what you can do is you can just put your URL out here. That would be enough for now. And moreover, yes, the completion form. So this is your last screen, and this is where, like, the user, once he has given out the information, you are just going to set up the greetings for him. So here I've said, thank you for your information. We will get back to you with a fantastic deal, a fantastic offer. So that's what my completion form is. Now I just set up my CTA, my call to action. So in case if the user still wants to get a little bit of more information about, on this advertisement, then what he can do is he can go down to, say, CTA, that is, he can go down to my website and scroll a little bit of more information from my website. And also I have to set up the text for my CTA. So the text, what I'm going to set up for my CTA is, so I've just kept a number out here as well. So in case if the user wants to call us back, we are also giving an option of giving us a call back as well. So the ideal situation is that we want more and more consumers to fill up this form, and in case if somebody is not interested in giving out their information, then they can just give us a call, and we can interact with them. Yeah, we keep the number out here in the phone number section. Just select the country code and just put the number which you want to be called on. So that's how my lead forms looks like. Let's just quickly review the lead form. Also, I've kept the call to action button as call business rather than just visiting my website, because people might get diverted out of this advertisement. So, and anyways, my client wants more phone calls as well. So I've just kept the CTA as more phone calls, and I'm just rechecking the whole advertisement, and the advertisement looks okay. All the information what we had to put out in the advertisement for the user to engage. So we have kept all the information out here, as you see. And this is how the lead form looks like, with which your user is going to engage. Okay, this is screen number 2. All right, so looking at the whole advertisement, we just check out all the 4 screens of your lead form. Your lead form looks to be absolutely perfect. Once your lead form is done, what we do is we go and click on publish. All right, so we click on publish now, and once we publish, oh, so sorry, there is something left out here. So it says the description. Okay. All right, so I'm so sorry. I just forgot the description, which we have to leave in the lead form under the contact information, because when people are giving out their personal details and when people are giving out their personal information, they should be aware that the data is not going to be misutilized. The data is not going to be utilized for any other purposes apart from this advertisement. And that's the reason it's important for us to mention that the information given by you will be used only for this particular product only, and not for any other purposes. This is what we call as more of again, a privacy policy, or more of, say, giving out the clarity, the way we are going to use the contact information. And that's what we have done. So we have just mentioned the information which was required prior hand. We also mentioned that this information will be confidential. So this just gives user a little bit of more confidence when he's giving out his personal number and his personal email ID. Okay, so once all the pre-fill questions which were needed, so here we mentioned that. All right, so I just got the URL of my client, which I have kept in the link for the privacy policy. And that's it. So everything else is done. Everything else is particularly fine. Okay, so we click publish. So as you see, once we click on the publish button, is going to go for the review. The ad is going to go for the review. All right. Is going to, so now our lead form is ready. Once our lead form is ready, we just go on to the tracking option, and then we finally publish our advertisement. Okay. And then we publish our advertisement. So we have kept our Facebook pixel code on, and once the Facebook pixel code is on, we can get more analytics about our ads. Right, so once it has been published, it will go for the review, and once it is reviewed, it will take about say half an hour, or probably sometimes even a little bit more than that. Not to worry in case if it takes a little bit more. Once the ad gets active, the ad will be live and will be shown to my demographic options. Okay. Now, once the ad is live and when I start generating the leads, I would be able to download them either by a CSV format, or either by setting up directly align them with my CRM in case if I'm using any specific CRM. Otherwise, I can download them from the publishing tools under the Facebook Ads Manager. And I can download the leads from here, and simply I can just download the Excel sheet. Once I download the Excel sheet, then we will be sending them an email, as I told you, that we'll be sending them a soft email mentioning that you have seen our advertisement and we would like to contact you regarding the same. And then I contact them, they would be in a better frame of mind that somebody's going to contact me from a particular company. In case if they have not seen my mail, or in case if they have forgotten my advertisement, I would be introducing them on my phone call, which I will be explaining you just now.